very good evening and welcome to this Sunday's edition of News First Weekend, coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios in Colombo. I'm Agunakolapelessa. Let's first take a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
President reiterates commitment to ensure fair treatment for farmers in problems involving paddy purchasing and the fertilizer subsidy. Gum at the door-to-door campaign continues into day 5.
These 9 houses are over 200 years old according to area residents, and these are the houses that they live in.
මයිලෑව ගම්මානයේ සංචාරය කළ ගම්මැද්ද කණ්ඩායමට හඳුනා ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙච්ච ප්‍රධානම ගැටලුව පානීය ජලය.
One person killed in Ranna shooting. Group of UN peers attacked in Nikavaratia. Anurukumara Disanayaka comments on blood.
තව විටක කාට හරි දෙමළ ලේ කියන්න පුළුවන්. තව කාට හරි මුස්ලිම් ලේ කියන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි අපි කාගෙත් තිබෙන්නේ මනුස්සත් ලේ.
University lecturers accuse Minister Kiriello of influencing a university appointment.
Before we take a look at our top story, a reminder to our viewers here at home and across the globe that you can join in the conversation on tonight's bulletin on Twitter by following at Newsfirst_EN using the hashtags featured on each story. President Maithripala Sirisena attended a meeting held at the Polonnaruwa District Secretariat today.
President Sirisena met with farmers' representatives in Polonnaruwa today. Inquiring into the problems faced by the agrarian community, the President reiterated his commitment to ensure that the farmers are treated with the utmost fairness in the purchasing of paddy and the granting of the fertilizer subsidy.
I hope to take steps with regard to the purchasing of paddy and the distribution of fertilizer, not only in the Polonnaruwa district but in the country as a whole. We call this meeting today taking into consideration the criticisms of the government and the demonstrations held in various areas regarding the purchasing of paddy and the fertilizer subsidy.
The President also visited the Polonnaruwa General Hospital and declared open the hospital's cardiovascular disease unit. President Sirisena also declared open the new hospital cafeteria and waiting area and laid the foundation stone for the new emergency unit.
You are happier to be here today rather than you were last time?
We were very pleased to see the resolution, which was really pushing forward the reconciliation that's taking place here.
There's also a huge debate in your country on a new flag.
Change is always difficult, so it's not to say it's impossible, but it's quite a battle to get there.
Exclusive interview with New Zealand Prime Minister John Key on TV1 Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Channel number 10 on Dialogue TV and channel number 12 on Pure TV.
One person was killed in a shooting which took place in the Kirimatikanda area on the Ranna Road in Veerakkatiya this morning. No arrests have been made over the shooting as yet.
A function was held in Nikavaratia yesterday under the auspices of Minister of Housing and Construction Sajith Premadasa. According to a statement made at the function by the minister to commence a housing project, measures were taken to select a suitable site for the project. A group including UNP Nikavaratia organizer HP Tennakun had set off in search of a site. Now, at this instance, a supporter alongside HP Tennakun was assaulted by another group. While we were checking if a section of the state-owned land behind the Nikavaratia bus stop could be used for this purpose, a group of thugs of the UPFA government back then, including a former Pradesh Sabha member, attacked our party members. This cannot be denied. A justifiable solution must be provided for this. We request that the law be implemented for this incident.
The visuals you just witnessed was of an incident where a supporter of the United National Party has been assaulted in Nicavaratiya by a group who arrived with a local government politician of the United People's Freedom Alliance. Now, getting back to one of our headline-making stories, one person was killed in a shooting which took place in the Kirimatikhanda area on the Runner Road in Veerakatiya this morning. Now, no arrests have been made over the incident as yet.
Police said that the shooting was targeted at 4 persons, including an individual who had appeared at the Veerakatiya police as per a court order issued over a murder case. The shooting had taken place while the group was returning home from the police station in a van. A motorcyclist travelling by when the shooting occurred was also injured. The 5 injured persons were admitted to the Tangol Base Hospital. One of the individuals who was travelling in the van succumbed to his injuries upon being admitted to the hospital and is reported to be a friend of the individual who appeared at the Veerakatiya police. The shooters had abandoned the car they arrived in to carry out the shooting in the Agulmaduwa area in Beliatta. Police said that according to information, the car had been hijacked from the Hungama area. Police added that the driver of the car was found tied to a tree in the area. Several shooting incidents were reported from the Hambantota district in the recent past. 1 person killed in a shooting in Murawesihena, Agunakolapelessa. 1 person killed in a shooting in Sella Katargama. Shooting in Yala kills 1. Attempted shooting at an individual by 2 armed motorcyclists in the Kiripatti Junction area in Palle Malala. 1 person killed in a shooting in the Mirijavila area.
The 3rd National Convention of the Socialist Youth Union was held at the Sugutadasas Indoor Stadium today.
Over 3,000 youth spread across the country gathered for the convention today. Several prominent intellectuals and artists were also present for the occasion. Ambassadors of several foreign nations and the leaders of various organizations spoke at the convention and extended their best wishes to the SYU. The national organizer of the SYU, MP Bimal Ratnayaka, unveiled the National Youth Charter at this event, aimed at building a Sri Lankan youth community that is bonded in fraternity with the global youth community. We are proud of our talents and capabilities, and at the same time, we have regrets over the tasks we couldn't complete. But we can proudly say it out loud that starting from the 2nd establishment, we, the Socialist Youth Union, have become one of the strongest youth organizations active in the country in the past 8 years. We are a nation that faced a war where we do not know the number of dead. We are a nation that faced a war where we cannot estimate the damage to property. The soil was damp with blood. Racism was spread to secure power. Racism was incited to protect power. Our nation was dragged into a catastrophic war.
අපිට අරගලයක් තිබෙනවා. කවර වර්ගය හෝ ජාතිවාදයකට එරෙහිව
We all have human blood. We are facing a struggle now. We wish to state that as long as the Socialist Youth Union and our party are active in national politics and strong, we will not let any kind of ethnic conflict or communalism arise in the country again, no matter which race it comes from.
Day 5 of the Newsfirst Come at the Door-to-Door campaign, a national public service initiative, got underway in several parts of the country today. Newsfirst Roshan Watala led the Newsfirst team in Kurunegala. The team identified a major problem facing the residents of rural village in the Kurunegala district.
අපි මේ ඉන්නේ මයිලෑව ගම්මානේ.
We are in the village of Mailawa.
During the Newsfirst Gammadda team's visit to my lab, we identified the lack of drinking water as the main problem facing this village. The villagers pay 2 rupees per litre for drinking water. While travelling further into the village, we came across this well. While at first we thought it was a major agrarian well, it turned out that the villagers use the water from this well to somewhat fulfill their drinking water needs. I am with Bandara. I want to ask you, Bandara, about the soil here. It appears to be mixed with graphite. Why are the authorities asking you not to drink the water from here?
ඇයි බලධාරීන් කියන්නේ ඔයාලට මේ පොළවේ තිබෙන ජලය බොන්න එපා කියලා?
They say that it causes bones to deteriorate and will cause various diseases. They say that the acidity is high and we should not drink it. I am 46 years old and I have drunk this water all my life.
බිව්වේ. දැන් දරුවන්ට දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කොච්චර දුර ප්‍රමාණයකින්ද වතුර අවශ්‍යතාව සපුරගන්නේ බොන වතුර?
මේ යාලා රාජංගිනී ඉඳන් තමයි යාලා ඉන්නේ අරගෙන ඉන්නේ.
පානීය ජල ගැටලුව විසඳන්න තාම මේ පළාතේ බලධාරීන්ට හැකියාවක් ලැබිලා නැද්ද? තාම අවශ්‍යතාවය ලැබිලා නැහැ.
The nature of the water problem is different from area to area. In this area, although there is water, it is not fit to drink. You have to pay for drinking water. This is yet another problem facing the people that we identified today. The Newsfirst Gammadda door-to-door campaign, which reaches out to the most rural villages in the northern, northwestern Uva provinces, commenced its program this morning as well. The Newsfirst team, which is covering the northwestern province, commenced their journey today from the Agunakolapelessa Vihara. One sub-team set off to the villages of Veherabandiyawa, Kallanchiya, Molawa, Valpottuwa and Iddamalpitiya to inquire into the issues faced by its locals. I am standing in a paddy field which has been destroyed by wild elephants. It is not just this paddy field. All the paddy fields, as far as the eye can see, are facing the threat of wild elephant incursions. These people requested the Gammadda team to take an initiative to build an electric fence so that they could protect their fields. The other sub-team looked into issues faced by people in the rural villages of Galkadawala, Tambutta, Giribawa and Hattikuchiya. The Newsfirst team covering the Uva province commenced their journey in Passara. A sub-team set off towards the villages of Tannikumbura, Kanavaralla, Alangamale and Pingarava and met with the locals. There are close to 500 families here, but there is no doctor in the hospital. A person who has done a pharmaceutical course gives us medicine. We face many problems. We have to either go to Passara or Badulla if there is a problem. The other sub-team in the Uva province reached locals in the rural villages in the Namanukula mountains and inquired into the issues they face.
The Newsfirst team has now come to the village of Kanavaralla in Namanukula. Now, these 9 houses are over 200 years old according to area residents, and these are the houses that they live in. You can see that over 30 families live in this small row of houses, and each house is not even more than 20 square feet large. The area residents of Kanavaralla have only one plea. You can see these innocent kids behind them. They ask that a proper housing scheme be built for the estate workers of Kanavaralla, not just only in Kanavaralla, but in the whole area, so that they can live a comfortable life.
It is very important to visit these rural areas and report the true nature of these areas. We are very pleased that both the technical and analytical teams are doing this together. So we will compile a report on the issues here and submit it to the Sirasa Media Network.
විශේෂයෙන් මේ ප්‍රශ්න ගොනු කරලා අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා ඒක අදාළ කට්ටියට සිරස මාධ්‍ය ජාලයට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න.
But the Newsfirst team, which is in the northern province, commenced their journey in the Murawesihena town today. They visited areas including Puttuvettuwan, Talimurigandi, Ambale Perumalkulam, Kette Kattekulai and Tenniyamkulam and inquired into the issues faced by the locals there. During today's journey in Murawesihena, our team met this brave 21-year-old youth at the Puttuvettuwan village. He was a victim of a shell attack 15 years ago which cost him both his legs. It is truly admirable how he overcomes the challenges of life as he continues to drive his three-wheeler. He told us that he is committed to be the breadwinner for his mother, two younger sisters and brother. The other sub-team visited Udayarkattu South, Sudandirapuram, Devipuram, Pudumatalan and Mullivaikal and noted the issues faced by the people.
The team that arrived in Murawesihena this morning managed to reach out to many villages, including Devipuram, Sudandirapuram and Marthalan and many more villages. Well, we were also able to speak to many villagers who expressed and lamented about their difficulties that they face on a day-to-day basis, which include not having proper access to clean water, the absence of a school and a hospital, and also underdeveloped roads. All they ask the government is to subsidize and give some relief to the people so that they can have a better tomorrow.
Together with the University of Peradeniya, the Newsfirst Come at the Door-to-Door campaign will take place until the 18th of March and will reach out to the most rural places in the country, inquiring into the issues faced by the people.
Come at the Door-to-Door, a national public service initiative. The single largest public service initiative in Sri Lanka, the Newsfirst Come at the Door-to-Door campaign covering the most rural parts of Sri Lanka, giving a voice to the voiceless. The Newsfirst Come at the Door-to-Door initiative, an unprecedented island-wide campaign in association with the University of Peradeniya.
Welcome back here with News First. The Federation of University Teachers Association is accusing Minister Lakshman Kiriyalla of influencing the appointment of a university lecturer.
The Federation of University Teachers Association, or FUTA, published a letter on their Facebook page today, which had been pervertedly written on the letterhead of the Ministry of Higher Education and Highways, Lakshman Kiriyalla, requesting the said appointment. According to the letter, this request had been made from a department head at the University of Kelaniya. In the letter, the minister allegedly requests that an individual who has been given a temporary appointment in the political science discipline be given a position having considered his qualifications.
There is a procedure for recruitment at universities, especially when it comes to the academic staff. There is a procedure even for recruitments for temporary positions, including assistant lecturers. In truth, there is an interference in this matter. So far, there has been indirect interferences when it comes to recruitments for the academic staff. But this is the first time that I have seen an instance where the minister addressed a letter using his official letterhead to influence such an appointment.
Newsfirst made several unsuccessful attempts to contact Minister Lakshman Kiriyalla to make inquiries regarding the allegation against him. Well, you can share your thoughts on this story with us. Visit facebook.com/newsfirst.english. A Newsfirst reporter who was travelling on board a passenger bus on the airport expressway captured the following footage.
The footage shows the reckless driving of a bus driver on the Colombo-Katunayake expressway. The driver had been on the phone for approximately 3 minutes while driving a bus full of passengers on the expressway.
Tonight on our investigative journalism segment Action TV, we look at the latest developments surrounding a boy from Agunakolapelessa who was denied entry to grade 1 at a primary school following false rumours that he had contracted the HIV virus.
None of the students at the Sambodhi Primary School in Bohandia, Agunakolapelessa attended school on Friday.
Since it was not a school holiday, the principal and teachers reported for duty and spent their time explaining away false rumours that had taken hold among a group of parents who were at the school premises. On Thursday, a student had to be enrolled to grade 1 at this school amid police security, following an order from the Northwestern Province Education Minister that the boy be enrolled at the school within 24 hours. On the 13th of February, Action TV reported for the first time on the plight of this child, who was also made to undergo a medical examination which is irrelevant to the enrolling of school students. Since his father had passed away as a result of AIDS, and following the spread of rumours that his mother too was HIV positive, the boy was forced to undergo this medical examination. In an era where the entire world is moving away from the segregation and ostracization of HIV patients, the doors of this school were closed to this boy on the 14th of January, in spite of the fact that the medical examination confirmed that he did not have the virus. Following the first expose on Action TV, the Zonal Education Director in Kuliyapitiya made an astounding decision. The Zonal Education Director held talks with the relevant authorities to take the child into probationary care and informed the mother of this decision in writing. While the Zonal Education Director subsequently travelled overseas on an academic matter, it appears that even the additional Zonal Education Director has no interest in ensuring that this boy receives justice. Even now I maintain that you should stop causing trouble in this area and go somewhere outside the Kuliyapitiya zone. Get enrolled at another school. However, given the fact that the child was enrolled on Thursday with police intervention following the order issued by the Provincial Education Minister, the boy must now be considered a student of the Sambodhi Primary School in Bohandiya, Kuliyapitiya. Since this is the closest and most ideal school for the boy, there is no need for the authorities to capitulate to the rumour mill and grant a victory for those with nefarious and inhuman motivations. In order to guarantee this boy's right to education and dispel the false rumours that have made him face this plight, shouldn't immediate steps be taken to convene the relevant experts to Bohandiya, Kuliyapitiya? District Secretary of Kurunagala, over to you.
Newsline features the mounted division of the Sri Lanka Police. Live from Colombo on Monday the 29th of February at 7 a.m. on TV1.
Here are some of the views expressed by political representatives at various locations.
Look at the accused and the corruption-related cases which have been investigated by the FCID up to now and are being heard in court. There are 12 cases involving around 700 million rupees. Who are the accused in these cases? Ajit Niwad Cabral, PB Jayasundara, Asanta Dimel and Karuna Ratna. Then we have the case involving Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Ajit Niwad Cabral. That is before the Colombo Magistrates Court and involves Lanka hospitals. The third case in court is the housing deal involving Vimal Veeravangsa and DKG Pereira. Fourth, there is a case at the Kaduvela Magistrates Court regarding a land purchase involving Sachi Veeravangsa and C.S. Ranasinghe. There is a case at the Tangol Magistrates Court regarding the Carlton Preschool, and this involves about 35 million rupees. There is a case at the Pugoda Magistrates Court regarding development affairs involving Basil Rajapaksa and M. Thirukumar. Also at the Colombo Magistrates Court, there are several cases under the Money Laundering Act. There are cases against Mahindananda Alutgamage, Dr. Priyat Bandhu Vikrama and Gamini Senarath. Look at this. These are the cases. This is why they are working against the government. Today we are clearly in need of a certain leadership for the people who are against these opinions and this current program. So it is at this point of time that I say that we are working towards getting this done while under the leadership of Mahinda Rajapaksa. A new party is being formed. This is a later story. But no one wants to come forward because none of them have a backbone to form a party. One is threatening the other to solve the issues they had in the past. So now they are even trying to pinch the president, saying that a new party is being formed. This is all an act. I clearly say that you don't have a backbone to do it. The Eagle Party was created during the era of my father. So now who is the eagle? Can you even find its feathers? In the end, those who formed the Eagle had to get on their knees and come to the United National Party. They There still isn't an agreement called the EDCA agreement. There is just an agreement to make certain reforms to the already existing trade agreement and make a new one. So these fears are being created over an agreement which has not even been made. These employment opportunities must be provided only after creating new avenues in the IT and industrial sectors. Therefore, for this to materialize, the country's human resources and training procedures must be improved. So we are getting the assistance of India to provide us training in the industrial sector, IT sector and commercial sector so that we can use its human resources in these industries. So what is the big issue here? It may be India, China, Soviet Russia or America. We have to sign trade agreements with any country. We must go beyond the regional mindset and come to terms with a global mindset. There is a certain level of doubt over the future of the country's industrial sector. 73% of the country's tea is manufactured by tea smallholders today. So do you think that we as a government will let that fall apart? If you cannot live on these estates and the tea leaf, then the riots will start with you. We will not allow that.
Moving on to news overseas, a total of 36 people, including 5 rescue workers, are presumed dead following an explosion at a coal mine in northern Russia. 4 miners were killed when a methane leak triggered 2 explosions in the mine near Vorkuta on Thursday. Rescuers were trying to rescue 26 trapped miners when a new blast occurred, killing 5 rescue workers and a miner. The rescue operation has been halted and those missing are presumed dead. And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of News First Weekend. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.